Hello, my name is Kevin, and we will be leading you through China, Chinatown, and Vancouver to talk about their differences and how they identify us as individuals. Why don't we take a look at Vancouver's Chinatown first? People who have never been to China start to assume that Chinatown is what China looked like, which is true decades ago. But China has changed a lot during the past decade. Chinatown can only be used to describe a history of that nation. Chinatown is a place where people visit for a taste of Chinese culture. Chinatown consists of many fascinating restaurants and many shops where people can stroll through. Furthermore, many tourists love visiting the classical Chinese garden located in central Chinatown. Chinatown is not here to represent modern China, but rather a history of Chinese immigrants in Canada. Let's take a look at Vancouver. There are a lot of similarities as well as differences between Chinatown and Vancouver. People from all over the world visit these two locations for their famous attractions. As you can see, Vancouver is very different from Chinatown. For instance, Vancouver's main transportation method is usually by cars, while Chinatown has a lot more people on foot, bicycles, and motorcycles. Vancouver has excellent restaurants and shopping centers, such as Metrotown, which is the second biggest shopping mall in Canada. Both vibrant and energetic, Vancouver is one of the best cities to live in the world. Peter, who is from China, will now introduce you to his home country.
China is a nation with over 5,000 years of history, and it has changed a lot in the last several decades. Most people who have never been to China in the recent years are likely to develop impressions of China with narrow streets, ancient-style buildings, and traditional clothing. Such impressions are usually caused by the images of Chinatown and other old documentary, which was made a long time ago. Today's China looks quite similar to many other Western nations. For example, bicycles are no longer the primary choice of transportation in China, as more and more people start to own private cars. Furthermore, newly designed buses and taxis are utilized to make cities look better. today's China, people's way of dressing has also changed a lot. Those traditional dressing are quite rare to find these days, as more and more people are trying to follow the trend, just like many other countries in the world. There are a lot of Western restaurants in China, such as McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and KFC, but despite the amount of customers they get, Chinese food is still preferred by the general population. However, the change in people's lifestyle in China did not end the Chinese tradition. For example, many old neighborhoods are still preserved by the Chinese government as history studying ground and tourist attractions. China, Vancouver, and Chinatown identified our individuals due to our unique cultural background. These three places share many differences and similarities in terms of lifestyle, transportation, food, and shopping areas. Chinatown is supposed to be more resembled to our hometowns, since that is where most Chinese people gathered in Canada. But we found that it's only a place to present the history of China, because it's not what China looked like today. Vancouver, on the other hand, feels more familiar to us, because it's what our hometowns look like from our impressions.